Hello, Catamounts. My name is Alexander Hoffman, and this is Chats with Cats presented by WeTV. In this series, we'll be interviewing some of our amazing student athletes here at WCU. Today's guest is Cole Gonzales, again from our football team. How are you, Cole?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me back to this show. Super excited to be here.
Of course, gotta have you back. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for our football team.
All right, guys. I'm Cole Gonzales. I'm a Gainesville, Florida native. I'm a junior here at Western Carolina, and I'm the quarterback of the football team.
Nice. So, if you don't mind, could you go ahead and share a memorable moment from your athletics career at WCU?
So one of my favorite memorable moments, I was talking to my mom about this before. You know, a lot of people say on the road at Chattanooga or EKU last year, but I think most of the games that people are looking at us like, oh, you guys have no chance or this and that. So I would go back to our first home game last year when we played Samford at home, and we went into the 7-hour delay. And we came back out at like 9 o'clock at night, and the fans all came back, and we ended up putting on a good game and winning that game at the end of the day. But I think going out there and seeing the love and support of all the fans come back in the middle of the night after a 7-hour delay and have our guys amped up, ready to go for that game and come out with a win was probably one of my most memorable moments at the school.
Yeah, that 7-hour delay was certainly something.
It wasn't fun in the moment, but in the end it paid off.
Yeah, it was really cool to see the game at night, I will say that. What message would you like to give to get people to come to the game tomorrow for Campbell? As we record this is a day before Campbell.
You know, I think college football is the fan base, like the best fan base all around in all sports. So I think what makes the games fun for us and our team, especially me, is seeing that crowd when you run out of the tunnel and there's 12,000 people there and it's going to be an all white out, seeing all those fans cheering you on and looking up in the crowd when you take the field with your offense, you know, and everybody's rooting you on. It just feels like a dream in the moment, you know. So I'm excited to see everybody there. I hope the catwalk's packed. You know, we're ready to go. We're ready to put on a show for you all. I hope you guys need to be loud. Campbell's coming in wearing their home uniform, so you know we got a target on our back. We're ranked. They're not, so ready to go put on a show for you guys, and hope to see you all there.
Yeah, after that very memorable game last week at NC State, I'm hoping we have pretty big turnout this week. I think we will. I did want to ask, I heard that you had pretty unique experience, surreal experience this summer with meeting a couple of people. Would you like to go ahead and talk about that?
I would love to, yeah. So my summertime, I got to actually have the opportunity to be one of the top quarterbacks selected to go down to the Manning Passing Academy in Thibodaux, Louisiana. It's a group where a bunch of college Division I quarterbacks get invited down to work at camp for 3 or 4 days with the Mannings and some of the biggest names in college football, running a camp for some younger kids. So, and during that time, the Mannings and some bigger name guys work with you throughout the campus when we have off time. So I got to work with Peyton and Eli Manning. Bill Belichick was there. The Bills head coach was there. The Giants GM was there. It was awesome, surreal experience, and then getting to meet some of the biggest stars in college football, from Quinn Ewers to Jackson Arnold to Jackson Dart. Those were some of the coolest guys, you know. And the most awesome thing about it was that, you know, I was kind of nervous going into it, like, oh, these are some big-time guys, man. Like, I'm just a smaller school guy that got invited to this, but at the end of the day, man, they treat everybody with respect, and they're just as cool as you'd ever expect them to be, man. They're the nicest guys I've ever met. So that was some of the most fun I've ever had in my experience. I'm super grateful, and hopefully I get to go back next year and do it again.
Yes, definitely sounds very unique to get to go and do that. One thing that I did want to talk to you about is something I love to talk about in every single interview is our unique family feel we have in WCU athletics that I don't think a lot of schools necessarily have, but we have it in every single sport. So if you want to kind of talk about how that's affecting you building up to this season.
You know, overall, I think our family here is a Western Carolina fan base, and then just my family overall, I think is so important to us and to me myself. I'm a huge family person, and I think we harp on that ever since I've been here. The school's so bought into our football team, and they treat us like a family, and we have some of the best fans in the country. I mean, we have the best home attendance record for fans to come out and root us on. So I'm super grateful for that. But, you know, we've been preaching and trying to fix the little things on our football team because as a family, if we want to win and do the little things right, we have to do the little things right on and off the field as a whole. And then with my own family, with my dad being a college football coach, where he's at the University of Florida right now, he's taught everything I know about the game to me since I was a little kid. And I'm so grateful for that. And I wish he'd come up to more of my games, but I know he's busy on Saturdays just like we are. But he's taught me everything I know, and I can never be thankful enough for what he's done for me.
Yeah, it's definitely something that is very positive about our environment with athletics that I like to see and talk about every single time. But moving to our other section of the interview, because this is about more than just you as an athlete, it's also you as a student athlete.
That's right.
What are you studying? What made you choose that major?
My first freshman year, I started off as a business and law major, and I was quick to realize that was not going to last long to go to law school for another 4 years. So I am a communications major with a minor in business. I am a PR major in comm. So I've really enjoyed that the last 2 years so far now. I got some of my best friends doing the same major with me, so having them have my back and having class with them has made it a lot easier for me as well.
How would you say you manage your time between academics and athletics?
Managing my time between academic and athletics is very challenging, but, it has to get done. I put school first to keep, it's what I have to, it's what I'm here for, it's what has to get done. So I make time every time after practice to go home and get my schoolwork done and knock it out. And then comes practice, I know we practice for 3 or 4 hours a day with film combined, but going home after a long day of practice, it might not be your best day or it might be a great day, but at the end of the day, you got to get what's done to keep you eligible. And hopefully I'll, at the end of the year, in 2 years, to walk out here with a degree in my hand and make my family proud.
Yeah, kind of going along with that as well, what are some other challenges you face as a student athlete? How do you overcome those?
I think some of the most challenging things about being a student athlete is definitely the time. You really don't get to have the experience of every other college kid, where you get to have fun every day. You can hang out and party all you want, but, it takes sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice, and I've realized that as I've gotten older and matured more, and I'm super thankful for that. It's developed me into a man who I am today, and I think it's going to take me a long ways, and it's taught me more about life than I ever expected it would be. And having the band of brothers that we do on the football team, knowing I could call those guys whenever I need them to have my back, and they would always answer and pick up in a heartbeat. So I think just doing the little things right outside of football and having that time management and just always having time for God too, because he's the one that has put us in this position. So just being thankful for that every day and just making sure you're on top of everything at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I like asking that question every single time too now, just because a lot of people don't necessarily realize the amount of commitment to everything that student athletes have to have. It's not necessarily something they see, they just see the on the field or whatever it may be, but there's a lot in the background that they aren't seeing as well.
Exactly. A lot of people ask me if I don't go to class, and yes, I do go to class. I have in-person classes.
You heard it here first. Cole goes to classes. Good to know. But how has being a student athlete overall shaped your college experience, would you say?
I think it's shaped me into a better person, to where I started as a freshman to where I am now. I've matured a lot more, and it's been an awesome experience. I am so thankful to be where I am at to this day, to have my last name on the back of my jerseys every Saturday and having the university on our front, going out there representing to our university and thousands of fans cheering on my name on to go win us games on Saturday. So, I can't be more thankful for that. I give all the respect to Coach Bell and our staff for believing in me and giving me a chance, and then my teammates backing me up every Saturday. So, and then to my family for never giving up on me when times go hard. I know I was very immature when I first got here. I wanted to have fun. But, I've realized if it's going to take the little things, like I said, the sacrifices, if I want to be a conference champion and if I want to have a chance to run in playoffs, I got to do the little things right. I got to be in the meetings and pay attention and take notes more. So I think it's developed me into be a more focused kid and grown adult to who I am now.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a new segment that we're moving into now. It is our lightning round, so just quick answers. Don't have to go too in-depth on them. So favorite class at WCU so far?
My favorite class at WCU so far, that's a tough one. I would say probably my religion class I have right now. I really enjoy that class. I have a couple of teammates of mine in there, and then the teacher in there is awesome. So,
who's that professor?
I don't want to get his last name wrong, but it's Lee Crux or something. I don't know. It's hard for me. It's spelled weirdly, so sorry for that, professor. So
We'll put it on the screen. Pre-game ritual or superstition?
my pregame ritual, ever since I was a kid going to my dad's games, I used to stand on the sidelines at his games. So whenever we would get to the stadium, we would always walk around the field to the left and take a full lap around the outside of the sidelines. And so I always do that as soon as I get to the stadium after the catwalk. I go into the locker room, put my stuff down, head out of the tunnel, and take a lap around the field from left to right. Actually, my dad's there walking right next to me.
Then favorite sports team outside of your own, that can be like a collegiate sports team or it can be professional.
My favorite sports team, I'd probably say, is wherever my dad's coaching. I had the opportunity of my dad coaching multiple teams growing up. So I would say the Florida Gators right now. So I'm rooting for those guys and hoping my dad has a great year this year.
And then finally, what is your favorite post-game meal?
My favorite post-game meal. Ooh, that's tough. I always love me a nice steak after a game. My mom and me always end up going to it like a Boots or an R&R downtown. So that, and then I love me some sweets after a game too. I try to stay off of them during the week. So probably some Little Debbie's in there at the end of the day to cap off the night.
Shout out R&R and Little Debbie's.
Yep.
And then finally, kind of to wrap everything all together, what is the best advice you've ever received as a student athlete? And in turn, what advice would you like to give to any incoming student athletes?
Best advice I've probably ever received as a student athlete, my dad's told me when I was ever since a kid to this day is always have treat everybody with respect. Always be responsible and respectful. That's what it is. And I think that's carried me a long way in life to know who I am. And you got to have respect in the team. You got to respect your guys. You got to respect your coaches. And you got to have responsibilities on and off the field. It's everything in life to carry you who you want to be in a long ways. So I think that's made me who I am to this day as an athlete and as a human. And then for all the incoming athletes, it's not always going to be the journey that you want. It's always going to be up and down, but never give up. Chase your dreams. I know I always chase my dreams, and God's brought me into the plan that I never expected. But, here we are, and I'm super thankful. So trust in the Lord. And never give up. I know some freshmen probably are frustrated they won't play when they first get here, but it takes time, You got guys ahead of you, and if you are on a scout team, you got to give it your best look to make those guys win on Saturday. And at the end of the day, we'll be thankful that you gave us our best look on Saturday. So just having the opportunity for the younger guys to come in and give us their best look and just never give up.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you again for coming to the studio, second time, Cole. And then if you don't mind, one last plug for the game tomorrow.
The Cats are coming out hot. First home game, Whiteout Whitmire. We're excited. You guys are excited, so we're hoping to see a sold-out crowd running out of the tunnel. We need a lot of loud noise for our defense, and we need a lot of loud noise when we're in the end zone. So excited to see you all there. Hope the catwalk's packed, and go Cats.
Thank you all for watching and listening today as we had Cole Gonzales here for the second time again. We'll see you next time, and go Cats.